What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're out here painting the glove box and just tried to do some good. The damn camera didn't record any of it, so that's all you get on that. We're still waiting on our parts for the TIG machine. Namely, we're waiting on our cups. Cups should be here by Saturday, and then the I have a stainless bung that's supposed to show up, but that's not going to stop us. Basically, the cup's going to stop us. So in the meantime, we're just going to keep working on this thing. We got bleed brakes and finish up that interior piece, hiding that ECU and just wiring. I also got to extend my bring this back out because that's all it's got. So I'm going to do a little bit of that and just do some busy work for now. Probably won't film a whole lot of it, but you know, we're gonna figure out something to do. Maybe we'll handle this the turbo drain, because the turbo drain's leaky. So maybe we'll take care of that. Alright, this feller's just about done here, so we're just gonna let it dry and sit before we put it in. And while we got this wheel off, we're gonna try and do some bleeding, see what happens. There are two things we gotta take care of before we bleed the brakes. We got to get there's a clevis pin. We got to put a clevis pin in there, get it measured up and cut it to fit. Okay. We got to get a clevis pin in our brake pedal. Right now the brake pedal and the brake master are not connected. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing rocking on brakes. Alright, so we got this. Boom! Alright, so it's been quite the productive night. I didn't film a lot, mainly because I was dealing with, you know, everything while I was working, you know, dealing with brake fluid. There's a lot of it. Spilled it like 3 times, but all four corners are bled, and we got the glove box in, which means we just need to make a little mount to mount the ECU behind the dash, which we're going to use the model that I have. I gotta go remodel a piece for it, and then we gotta get some hardware tomorrow. I keep forgetting to get hardware. We're gonna pause here, and then we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Alright, so it's now been like 2 days since I last clip, and we got our stainless. It's all here, so we're gonna just kind of take a quick look at this. I still don't have my cups, so these ones are clearly not gonna fit, and so I ordered Furic. I ordered a Furic Jazzy 10, as well as an adapter for it for 17 torch. I've gotten tracking for it, I just don't know, it hasn't updated, so I don't know when that's gonna be here. But when it gets here, then we're gonna start on this. But for now, in this box over here, it's been chilling here for a minute. This is a Motion Raceworks drain. So I've been having an issue, and I think it's also partially because of the feed. The pressure is insane. It's like 80 pounds, so it's blowing oil everywhere. But part of it is the drain. The drain needs to have a good seal. A lot of people put RTV, a lot of people do a bunch of different things, but I'm gonna tell you right now, those all suck. This is the answer. This is a T3 drain from Motion Raceworks with a high temp gasket. Based on what I could tell, this is the right piece, but it means we gotta pull the turbo off. It's not a terrible thing, but we do have to remove our coupler from the turbo and pull the whole thing out. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then we're also gonna pull off the exhaust that we have already set up over there so we can get preparation for our stainless. Very sorry. Alright, so the next thing we gotta do is we need to consider our downpipe. So we don't have our parts to finish welding, but so I thought I had in my drawer here another 2.5-inch flange. What I do have in this drawer is just a gasket. That's it. We're gonna try and pull one off tomorrow at lunch and go see a CHQ, Marcus's work, and hopefully I can get one. But that doesn't mean that we can't continue playing around to see what kind of constraints we're gonna have. So let's see what happens when we stick a piece of 3-inch in there, see what kind of room we don't have. But look at that, it's beautiful. This is the thought here. As you can see, we already got two tight quarters. So already we're gonna have to chop this down quite a bit, probably at like a 45 like we did before. Now the other factors, we need to get this down to from 2.5 to 3 inch, and then we got to do our crazy turn. We got to chop this down quite a bit, but I want this to be almost as minimal as possible. So right in the crook of that elbow is where it's going to be welded to, and then it's going to go like such. It's going to weld up, and then it'll be kind of like this, and then turn down. So it kind of changes planes, because right now the turbo's at an angle, so this will true up with the car, so it'll kind of do one of these numbers, which should be okay. So the idea of this is just to get as much back pressure out. We want almost as much true 3-inch as we can get, and then if we ever go bigger turbo where we do have a 3-inch with like a V-band, we'll have some room. Yeah, but we definitely have to cut this, and I don't have a tool to cut it yet, so we gotta get an abrasive wheel. That's next. So I'm gonna have to go find a flange and abrasive cutoff wheel, or a chop saw if you want to call it that, so we can then start gluing this thing together. We kind of did a little bit of everything in it, and I know there's not, like, again, not a lot of progress in these videos, but I'm trying to be more frequent to show you what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I think in the next video we'll finally get the ECU mounted and the last of the wiring. There's also some other stuff brewing, which is kind of one of the reasons why you'll notice I'm kind of towards everything I got at this car right now. Some stuff has changed in the last couple weeks, and I think it'll be for the better in the long run, but that's still shaping up, so we'll talk about that in a later video. But for now, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Hit subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and tell me what your thoughts are. And we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.